What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel in the 3 to T series, where I'm attempting to play every single course within GS Pro eventually by playing, as the name implies, 3 holes per course, the 1st, the 9th, and the 18th. As for this video, sticking with some more newer courses, I like when I go through, I kind of pick and I sort them by, on the SGT website, sort them by the latest updated, which are usually the newer courses. Sometimes they update older courses, but most of the time they're hot off the press. So to speak. So I give you guys a fresh look at some of these courses that are recently uploaded for us to play. But as for this one, I'm going to butcher this. I suck with the names, but Real Golf Las Brisas, maybe? Something like that. And Nueva, Marbella, Spain. Course designer on this one is Simply Me 80. So shout out to Simply Me. Looks like a pretty awesome course by the looks of this first tee box. But 3T series, another aspect of this is whatever course gets the most amount of views throughout the week, I come out and do a full 18-hole live stream. So if you like this course, show your support, show your basically your voting by liking, commenting, subscribing, share the video with a friend maybe. But let's go ahead and get into it. First hole, par 4, 388, playing the furthest back tees like always. What are we working with the flyover? Ooh, this looks like we're over near a resort, or at least some really nice houses. Wow, look at this hole. This is crazy. Look at these graphics too. This did take a little bit longer to load, but usually that little bit extra time of waiting is well worth it. So it looks like this is like a massive downslope here. So we're gonna hit it here. It's 13 yards of downslope, it says, for the hole. It seems like a lot of that is right here. So if we're able to catch this hill right at about 265, that should roll out pretty far. But we're gonna aim there, tee up driver, and hopefully get off to a good start. Another low duck hook type of shot. That's been kind of the story of today. I did a live stream earlier when I came out. I was doing the same thing. That's kind of a sizable draw, and unfortunately we did not catch that slope because we drove it pretty far left into the rough, but 253 on that one. Pretty sore and tired from working out, mainly working out, but also the amount of swings I've been taking lately. So only at about 99.4 on the club speed and 143 on the ball speed. Not my best. And we have tree trouble, and there was water up there, so this may get interesting real quick here. Second shot, we've got 109.7 down, call it 2 yards, but we are in the rough, which is 6%, so that brings us to, well, I guess round it up to 110, so 108, and then 6% on that, 6-7 yards, so about 115 total. It's going to come out left, and we're on a downslope. We're going to go here, and I'm just going to, honestly, I haven't been hitting it very far today, just take a pretty full approach wedge at this, and hopefully escape these trees, get it up and onto the green in a safe spot, and ideally, I would like to be even par through these 3 holes. Felt like a decent strike. 102 carry. Oh, brutal. Back into the bunker. Maybe not. Again, even though that felt decent, just ball's not going quite as far today. So 102 from the Garmin, 99 in the game. That was actually pretty close. I guess I just didn't put enough on it. I didn't see if we caught the tree or not, but in any event, we're hitting 3 into a par 4, so we do have a chance here out of this bunker. 15 yards, up about 2, almost 3 yards. So we'll call it 17, and then 25% is going to be another 3-4 yards. So we're about 21 total. It's going to come out a little bit right, and we're on a downslope, so we'll aim there. And I think in the neighborhood of about 15, 16, 17 yards of carry with the 60 degree puts us in a good spot. Drop kicked it and pushed it right, but we got it to work. Probably a little bit of a generous read there based on how I hit that wedge, but you guys have heard me say a bunch of times, sometimes catch it a little bit heavy and the club just drop kicks off the mat into the ball. So hey, we'll take the par. Second hole, 9th hole, par 4, 311, but it's up 11, but this is a little more of a gettable type of distance from the furthest back tees. for my type of skill level. But awesome look with the palm trees. Got the mountains back there. Awesome detail by this course designer. These guys, I mean, I think I'm trying to remember on all the different forums I'm on for GS Pro. Sometimes these people take commissions for the courses, which usually range from like $2, $3, $4, $5,000. Because I think it takes them like 80 hours to do one of these courses. Basically like 2 full weeks of work, which is kind of crazy. But all right, well, I am here. I'm still favoring the left side because I'm kind of accounting and trying to play the baby fade. I'm just overdoing it and releasing my hands, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but when you aim up the left and then you kind of pull draw it on top of it, it's not exactly a recipe for hitting a bunch of fairways, but we'll see if we can hopefully put something a little bit straighter out there, and if not, we'll have to do our best to scramble and try to save par. Should be a little bit straighter, but it was low. It was a low missile. 101, 147 into another bunker, but only 239. All right, 72 yards, fairway bunker, up about a yard and a half. So we'll call it 73, 74. And then this is a dynamic penalty, 5 to 10%. Seems like we have a pretty good lie. We're on a pretty decent upslope, 6.8 degrees of upslope. So this could play closer because obviously the downslope when you're in a bunker is the toughest to get out of, and it depends on how high you launch it, but I'm thinking closer to 5% on this one, which would be 3.5, thereabouts. So I think we're up towards 76, 77 on the total. Aim here and try to get this up in the air with the 56 with about 70 or so yards of carry. Pushed it right, and we're short. That was honestly pretty close. That must have played a little bit. Wow, never mind. So those fairway bunkers are supposed to be 5 to 10%. That one, I know the left side's getting cut off, but that one had the speed at 87. So that means that played 13%, and I was counting on 5. Well, that's tough because if you guys look, I mean, I was trying to hit this about 70, and I hit it 67.4. So, I mean, for my skill level, that's pretty close. It's only about, that's 2.5 yards off of what I was trying to do. But unfortunately, that leaves us well short, about 15 yards left to go. So, it is what it is. Shot number 3 into a par 4. Unless I just didn't do my math right on the last one, but I try to, one, for you guys for the video, I try to talk out loud and kind of talk through the numbers, and 2, kind of helps me decide on a club. But maybe I didn't do that right. I don't know. 15 yards. Consider this a greenside bunker for sure, which would be 25%. Up about just over 2 yards, 2.5. So we'll call it 17, 18 yards, and then another 3 or 4. So we're looking at about 21, 22 yards total. Gonna hit the 60 degree. Been pushing them a little bit right, so we'll aim there. And I guess 17, 18, 19 yards of carry, ideally. It was straight, but it wasn't the best contact in the world. Sit. All right. Another not so great wedge shot, but we got it to work out. So I think, I think we saved another par. We may be even through 2 here. Gotta love these 3 to tee videos where even if I'm playing good, if I'm playing bad, it's only 3 holes, so after those 3 holes I can reset. But we are in fact even through 2, so it brings us to the 3rd and final hole, 18th hole, par 4, 377. Again though, it's not the longest par 4 in the world, kind of manageable, but it is up 13 yards. So that's going to affect not only this tee shot, but possibly the 2nd and 3rd shots as well. But first and foremost, flyover. Kind of looks the same as the first hole, to be honest. Not quite though with the water up by the green, but I mean, even like Something as simple as like the shadows underneath the palm tree. That seems like such a simple thing, but from what I understand, even just like those little details that add to all the realism, that takes a ton of time to do. Even just the shadows that move slightly and whatnot. No wind on here, but I think if it was windy, those things would even be moving too, which is crazy that they can do that level of detail. And I've been talking about this. I'm gonna move. I've never utilized this before, but you can move the where you have like your pin or your tee location. So you would do this on course depending on which angle you're trying to get at. So to me, this looks like a straighter shot over here. Oh, and I can go all the way that way. So this makes it basically, if you guys can do that on course and both back here, you turn possible dog legs or shots that maybe you're blocked out on into a straighter tee shot, which should be good. However, this one I can definitely not pull left. So we're going to go here, and it's pretty narrow up there, but we really need a good tee shot there, and hopefully hit it pretty straight, if not a slight baby fade. May put us into a bunker into the rough on the right, but I'd much rather be there than a penalty stroke. We basically have water all along the left if you look at the mini map, and you just saw on the flyover, but hopefully another par here starts with a good tee shot. Days are getting shorter here, and sun's starting to go down just a little bit, so I guess this will be a good test to see how the the low light works with the webcam, or lower lighting, I guess, compared to normal. Should be pretty straight again, but again, low. Uh-oh, never mind. That's a sizable draw. That did not feel like that, but 236. Jeez Louise. Swung it at 101.6, 146. Again, low on the face, but that felt just like a low missile down the middle. That didn't feel like that big of a draw, but I digress. 136 left, up 10 yards, out of the rough. So that brings us to, we'll round up, so 147, and then the 6% will be 8 yards. It's going to come out left, which is fine. Oh, we're short-sided. So I think we're at 155. I'm going to go 9-iron. I don't know if this is quite going to get there the way I'm hitting it today, but that's what I'm going with, and hopefully we get lucky here. A little bit chunky. That's going to have to go a little bit. Felt like I hit it hard enough. Nope. I think we may have caught the tree too. Yeah, we had to have, because that was 135 yards of carry from the Garmin, and we only got 119 total. Oh well. Still got a chance to save it. 19 yards, just off the green. Third shot into this par 4. Up, we'll call it 2 yards in the fairway, so nothing to worry about there. And we're on an upslope, so this is going to launch a bit higher and land a bit softer. But 21 total. We'll go there, and actually I may even, if you guys look at this cup, once it hits, it's going to roll pretty hard to the right. So I'm going to aim there. You can see the dots moving up here. I'm going to aim there and just try to launch it high, land it soft. Ideally, I can land it on the fringe and let it roll out a little bit, but without having the accurate spin readings with like an RCT ball or whatever, it's tough to kind of get that precise with it. Not that I can really do that anyways, but see what we can do with a nice, easy, high lofted, 60-degree type of flop shot. Pushed it right, but I definitely got it up there. Land soft. Alright. That's another par, and that's actually a pretty decent shot. Left it a little bit out to the right, and we aimed left, so that was, realistically, it came down right of the pin. The fact that we aimed that far left, I pushed that kind of far and substantially to the right, but pretty perfect distance, and that thing sat for us. So take a look at the scorecard from Real Golf Las Brisas, maybe? I'm not the best with the different names, but this is in Nueva, Marbella, Spain. Course designer again on this one was Simply Me 80, and we ended up with a this is the second video I've done, or at least I've recorded. I did a par 3 the first one, but second video with an even par round. So par on 1, par on 9, par on 18 makes things a little bit easier to go through here at the end. Take a look at the stats. 3 pars, as I said. For whatever reason, these small sample size, sometimes none of these metrics show up, so nothing really to write home about there. 3 putts, 2 sand saves. Was able to scramble pretty decent for not hitting it and putting ourselves in a good position off the tee. 3 putts, 2 sand saves, about 18 minutes on the record time or play time. No greens in regulation and no fairways. Just goes to show we got be able to get up and down, and we got kind of lucky there, and no handicap. But there you have it. Another one in the books, another new course for you guys for your viewing pleasure. Again, if you want to see me play this course for full 18 holes, just cast your vote by liking the video, watching it all the way through. Leave a comment down below. But I'm going to try to play one more. It is getting kind of dark here. Not that it's that late, but I would assume it probably looks maybe darker on camera than what it looks like out here. But like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next course.